You don't need more motivation. You need discipline. Because motivation feels good. Discipline doesn't. Motivation is exciting. Discipline is quiet, boring, repetitive. But guess which one actually changes your life? It's not the hype, it's the habit. And if you're serious about building something real, if you're serious about becoming someone better, you have to understand that discipline, not motivation, is what gets you there. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings, they're unreliable. They depend on your mood, your energy, the weather, your sleep, your hormones. One bad day, and there it goes, gone. And that's exactly the trap most people fall into. They wait for inspiration to strike, for a lightning bolt, for some wave of energy that magically makes everything easy. And while they're waiting, days pass, weeks, nothing gets done. Not because they're lazy, but because they've built their effort around a feeling that doesn't show up consistently. That's the lie of motivation. It's a spark, but a spark cannot carry you. Discipline is the engine. Discipline is what starts the fire and keeps it burning. You think world-class athletes feel like training every morning? You think writers always feel like writing? You think the people building multi-million-dollar companies are in the mood every single day? No, but they do it anyways. They don't wait to feel ready. They don't wait to feel like it. They move because they want the result more than they want the comfort. And that right there, that's the difference. Motivation is optional. Discipline isn't. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't ask for your mood. It just shows up and expects you to do the work. And that's why it wins. It's reliable. It's steady. It's not emotional. It's not dramatic. It just repeats. And repetition is where progress lives. You show up once, that's motivation. You show up every day, even when it sucks, that's discipline. And that consistency, it turns into momentum. Momentum becomes habit. Habit becomes identity. And that's the secret, identity. You stop saying, I want to be a writer, and you start saying, I write. You stop saying, I wish I could be fit, and you start being someone who trains, not because of what you believe, but because of what you do. Discipline reshapes your mind. Every time you push through, even when it's uncomfortable, when you're tired, when you don't feel like it, you rewrite yourself. You become the kind of person who moves anyways. That is confidence. That's self-respect. That's what separates people who succeed from people who keep dreaming. How do you actually build discipline? First, remove the decision. Make it automatic. Don't wake up wondering, should I go today? It's already decided. You go. Because that is what you do. You schedule it. You commit to it. The fewer decisions you have to make, the more consistent that you'll be. And second, just start small. Ridiculously small. One push-up, one sentence, one focused minute. Why? Because discipline is built on consistency, not intensity. You keep proving to yourself that you show up, no matter what. You're building trust within yourself. Next, make it non-negotiable. Treat it like brushing your teeth. You don't skip it just because you're tired. You don't skip it just because it's raining. You just do it. No debate, no drama, no story, just action. Then you track it. Use a notebook, a wall calendar, a Google sheet. It doesn't matter. But track the reps. Track the days you showed up. Because progress can see. And it's progress that you see is what you believe in. And belief is the fuel for discipline. And finally, you can expect to mess up because you will. You will miss days. You will get sick. You will fall off. That's life. But discipline isn't about perfection. It's about recovery. You don't spiral. You don't wait for Monday. You just get back to it immediately, quietly, because that is what discipline does. And look, motivation does feel good, obviously, but discipline is good. Discipline is a muscle. Motivation shows up when it wants. Discipline shows up every day. So stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop chasing the feeling. Start doing the hard, the unglamorous, the repetitive work on repeat. That is where change happens. Not in the hype and not in the inspiration, but in the small, boring moments that you repeat over time. And if you do that long enough, you keep moving without needing to feel ready. You'll wake up one day and you'll realize you didn't need more motivation. You just needed to stop waiting. You needed to decide. You needed to commit. And you needed to show up anyways. That is discipline. And it's what builds everything that matters. We're on the world's smallest longboard today, and it's broken going up that. The other one broke.